Yo, welcome back. Talk and Play blerdcast. I'm your host, Brian Saff. Thank you so much for being here once again, all you blurds, blerdettes, and everybody else. I'm part of nerd and geek culture and black culture and just in general. You tuned in, you listening. I appreciate it. Thank you once again for being here. Now that the formalities are out of the way, you read the title, you know this particular blerdcast is a game chat segment episode, which pretty much, focusing on games. It's in the title. We chatting about the motherfucking gaming industry right now. Got some things in the headlines, and then catch y'all up on what's in my rotation, give y'all some updates on my progression on some of these games that I played like very frequently. And then new subsection to this particular blerdcast, RPG and chill. And I'll explain a little bit more on that when we get to it in the episode. For now, the intro music is up right now, and then once we get up out of that, we jumping into the episode. Let's go. So last time, since we did a game chat or whatever, some pretty interesting things have happened in the gaming world that caught my attention. That is why I decided to put them here in the headlines. First off, some bad shit, in my opinion anyway. No E3. We're not getting an E3 this year for 2022. I didn't really have plans on attending, and I know they were deciding or trying to decide if they wanted to do a virtual one again this year because, we're still in a pandemic. I know mask mandates are out the window. They're not pushing the vaccine as heavy as they were. And, you know what I'm saying? You niggas is outside, enjoying outside once again. Shit, I am too. I ain't even gonna flex. Like, I'm vaccinated, and I do wear my mask whenever I feel necessary. But outside of that, I'm outside too. So we outside, just not going to E3 because it's not happening this year. Now, like I said, I had no plans of attending E3, but I do like that entire expo. I think E3 is very, very necessary, and it's a staple within, this community of electronic entertainment. And what's the other E stand for? Expo. Oh yeah. It is very important within this electronic entertainment industry or whatever, right? They show off a bunch of cool gadgets and software and stuff outside of all of the video games that they also showcase via developers and publishers and shit like that. I usually tune in on YouTube, and catch the trailers and all of the keynotes and all kind of shit from whatever's being announced at E3 that catches my attention. But this year it's not going down. So since I'm going to be missing that, and some things have been put into perspective for me over this past, COVID season, I guess is what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna probably try to make it to E3 next year. So more on that as it, comes, as it happens, or whatever the case might be. Maybe follow my YouTube and I'll post like videos and shit if I decide to go next year. I'm gonna try to go, and then I update y'all on future blerdcasts about my decisions with that and where you can tune in to like catch all the shit, because I'm probably gonna go. I want to be there, and I feel like that's something I need to do at least once in my lifetime as a consumer, just somebody that's still trying to build themselves in this particular space of blerd culture and entertainment and technology or whatever. Before a nigga blow up and start speaking on panels and shit, I'm gonna go experience it as a fan and consumer and try to make some cool content out of it. So no E3 this year. That's sad. But everything else on the motherfucking headlines is lit. Or should I say I'm excited about it. Overwatch 2 beta. That shit coming, boy. It's right around the corner. April 26th, 2022. is the supposed release date that Blizzard says the beta will be open for those of us who went on to playoverwatch.com and register. You still have time. If you're listening to this, you want to be a part of the open beta for Overwatch 2, take your ass over to playoverwatch.com or whatever the Overwatch website is. It might not be Play Overwatch, but find out what the Overwatch website is. Head over there and sign up or whatever, because the shit gonna be lit. They dropping a new hero, Sojourn. Her origin story video was released a few hours ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, sometime today at time of recording or whatever. But when you hear this, should have been like a day or two. Just hit YouTube. It's on there, whatever, giving us some backstory on this Black Canadian new hero that's coming to the game with her railgun and all kind of other shit. I seen some like gameplay footage of her abilities from last year's BlizzCon, and you know, just some leaks online because the character's coming to the game. So I'm pretty sure Overwatch, you know, Blizzard, the whole team over there, they got this shit queued up. Either way, the footage leaked. Her abilities look fire. Probably more on that when they officially announce it or whatever, because you know they can still change shit. So we'll see. But that's gonna be dope. Included in Overwatch 2 beta, we also gonna get, I think, like 2 or 3 new maps. I think it's 3. I don't know. They revealed how many maps is gonna be on the YouTube channel as well. I believe it's no more than 3. But they all look fire. So I'm excited about that. We got one that's in like a New York kind of Central Station area. And then it's like a Canadian map somewhere in Canada. And then I think the last one, I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. But either way, it's coming to the beta. Like I said, sign your ass up if you're trying to play, if you're an Overwatcher like myself. Also, we're going to be get an opportunity to play this new push game mode, which if you've been paying attention to Overwatch on YouTube, you already know what time it is with that. It's a brand new game mode where there's going to be like a payload in the center or whatever, and depending on whatever factors the game decides for how that shit moves from one side of the map to the other is going to determine like if it's going to move more towards your opponent's side, into which if you get it all the way to their side or their like goal on the side of their map, then you know your team wins, and vice versa. It sounds dope. It looks dope because there is gameplay footage of it released by Overwatch and Blizzard on YouTube. That shit looks fire. And then it's going to be even more interesting because also coming with the Overwatch 2 beta is the new team composition. So, you know, currently on, you know, Overwatch 1, we have role queue for 2 tanks, 2 damage characters, and 2 support characters. Well, the tank section is getting a little chopped, so we're going down to 1 tank, 2 damage, and 2 support, which means the teams will go from 6 versus 6 to 5 versus 5. And that is going to be interesting as fuck because the tanks are the characters or heroes in the game that are supposed to provide, you know what I'm saying, defense and shielding. They have the most health in the game. They can take a lot more damage than, say, a support character or a damage character. So losing a tank is going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a little tough for the damage and support characters. Maybe it'll force some of y'all motherfuckers to stay by your tanks. Yeah. Maybe it'll force some of you healers to keep your tanks alive so that they can keep them shields going. Maybe it'll force some of you support people to stay close to the tank so that you won't get killed and be begging for heals all goddamn match. This shit is going to be kind of fucking lit. I'm excited about it. It's going to change things. It's going to change the way people play. It's going to change how annoying people are when they don't get their way. Am I rapping? Either way, I'm excited for that shit because the tanks are also going to get a buff. So, you know, we're going to lose a tank, but then they're going to beef up the 1 tank that is going to be able to be played on the game. So, I don't know. All that shit is about to be lit. I'm excited. Like I said, the motherfucking beta is supposed to drop April 26, 2022. That is like 2 weeks away. I'm gonna be on Overwatch practicing, even though, well, yeah, I can still practice. I'm gonna be on Overwatch practicing my ass off because when I jump in this motherfucking beta, bitch, I'm trying to get kills, do heals if I'm on support. You know what I'm saying? If I'm tanking, I'm trying to tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready. But that is Overwatch 2 in the headlines. Moving along, we got what I wrote down. Snoop Dogg. The dog father, motherfucking Snoop D-O-double-G, is being added to Call of Duty. That's right. Snoop Dogg is gonna be in motherfucking Call of Duty Vanguard, Warzone, and on Call of Duty Mobile as a playable character starting April 19th. God damn it. So, Blurds, it's our time, baby. 420 friends, it's our time. We got Snoop in the game. It's about to be lit. Well, not necessarily for me because I've given up on Call of Duty. It's just, I'm tired of playing it. But this is lit for the people who are still very much into Call of Duty. The operator bundle pack that is going to include the Snoop Dogg skin or whatever also is going to include 9 other items. 3 of those items will be exclusive to Vanguard, and then there'll be 20 levels of the operator pack, progression or whatever to unlock the rest of the items. It sounds lit. It's pretty dope that Snoop Dogg is getting this, huge opportunity to be in the game. I think he like the first rapper to be featured in Call of Duty. So Soulja Boy, sit down, my nigga, because Snoop Dogg is definitely first. Or shit, he might not be. I haven't played Call of Duty in so long, but I really don't know what's going on in that world. I just thought this was dope to mention because it's fucking Snoop Dogg, legend in the rap game. Y'all know I fuck with rap and hip hop. That's my favorite genre outside of all the other genres of music I listen to. And then, you know what I'm saying, on top of that, it's gaming. So it's like 2 worlds collide. That's exactly what my fucking podcast is about, bringing all this black shit together and centering it on blurred shit. So that's why I decided to mention that. But we can move on because, like I said, I'm on Call of Duty. On to, though, Hogwarts Legacy. Now, at this point in time, the motherfucking state of play that they did for Hogwarts Legacy has been online for, maybe like a week or two. No, 2, maybe 3 weeks. It's been on there for some time. But I haven't gotten a chance to talk to y'all about it, blurt out about this shit with y'all, because it's been over a month since the last game chat. Either way, I'm fucking excited, bro. This really does look like the Harry Potter game I've always wanted. That's the little tagline that they've been using when they promoting this game. The Harry Potter game you've always wanted and look forward to playing. I feel like this is true. Except for it doesn't seem, well, they've confirmed there's not going to be any like multiplayer aspect to the game. That shit sucks because I do want to play a full complete RPG story of Harry Potter and really, like, you know what I'm saying, go to the classes, build up my wizard or whatever, become the littest motherfucker in the school, and then, battle or crawl dungeons or do raids with other wizards across the world or whatever. But this is going to be a single player experience. Maybe at some point within the lifespan of this Hogwarts Legacy game, they will add those things as like a separate, I don't know, DLC kind of game or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just see it being something extra that they add on, like kind of how Call of Duty has, Vanguard or whatever the case might be. But then like Warzone is the little attachment to it that is like the massive multiplayer shit. Even though they got multiplayer on Vanguard, Warzone is like the battle royale kind of shit, which I don't know if that's necessarily what I'm supposed to be describing and saying that. But I'm saying it because I would like a multiplayer aspect added on the Hogwarts Legacy. Like, let us, get some time to play the full story. Kind of like how Square Enix is doing with Avengers or whatever. Like, every character has a I guess, story mode to them, or like a mission chain. That's what they call it. They have a mission chain to them or whatever. But like there's an overall like storyline or mission chain that you can play as a single player, and then there's an online aspect where you can do raids and shit with other players across the world. I hope they do it anyway. I feel like y'all understand what I'm trying to explain, and I hope that's what comes to the game. For now, though, I will definitely settle for this amazing looking single player experience where I could be casting spells and doing all kind of dope shit around the castle and Hogsmeade and exploring other parts of the Harry Potter universe that we have yet to see in the movies. And, you know what I'm saying, going to classes and whatever. Like, I'm excited for this shit. Based on what they said about the story, you're going to be attending Hogwarts for the first time, straight in as a 5th-year student. Never been done before. It's unheard of. So there's already like mystery and speculation there. Like, what the fuck? How is this kid coming into Hogwarts straight away as a 5th year? I know it has something to do with his age or whatever the case might be. But this nigga ain't learned no fucking magic. He ain't did nothing. He just learning about this shit. Or am I making that up? We'll see when the game drops. I know he's supposed to, or your character, not he, because you can make it a girl if you want to, or non-specific gender. I'm not sure if that's a feature in the game, but your character will be starting Hogwarts as a 5th year. That is unheard of. Every person that goes to Hogwarts starts as a 1st year and works their way up, but you straight in at 5. So mystery, suspense, lore, what the fuck is going on with this kid? I'm ready. Also, I did not see very much Quidditch going on in this particular game. I feel like they will kind of like throw it in there as like a side mission or some kind of shit or whatever, but I would like for it to actually be like something really thought out, because a standalone Quidditch game was made before, and even though it was not, you know, to its best, it was not all the way up to par. I still think that Quidditch game, I think it came out on PlayStation 2, was pretty fucking solid. And if they want to also add that on as a DLC, like, oh, you can do, you know, missions and, you know, attend classes with your friends and do raids and shit over on this side of the game, but then on the other side of the game, it's a whole Quidditch, like, sport kind of shit. Like, that'll be dope. Add the Quidditch in there. I need that. Yeah. If you don't really care too much to have us, you know what I'm saying, interacting together as witches and wizards and traveling this world and doing shit together, if you don't care for a co-op or multiplayer mode specific to wizarding, then make one specific to Quidditch, because wow, what an amazing sport. I really want to play Quidditch with my motherfucking character and be lit at this shit. So we'll see. Or maybe they'll just give Quidditch its own game again. Who knows? But the Hogwarts State of Play, well, Hogwarts Legacy State of Play, I should say, got me super excited once again for the game. I think they said the release date is holiday 2022. Yeah, they wasn't really that specific with it, but they did specify 2022. So, gotta be holiday time. So, you know, I'll see y'all at the end of the year on a game chat in the future, where I'll be fanning out about this shit, geeking out, blurting out, as soon as I cop this shit and start playing. And yeah, I'm gonna most likely stream this shit on my Twitch channel. So, link in the bio for that if you're trying to catch me on Twitch playing this game and a bunch of other shit that I normally play, like what's in the rotation, and I will get to that later on in the episode. Let's continue on with the headlines. Bandai Namco has announced that they are doing their own Gundam metaverse. Now, this is dope to me just because I like Gundams. Like, Gundams, that's a staple within, you know what I'm saying, the anime community, you know, very popular amongst the geeks and nerds. But this is actually cool for other reasons, right? So based on this article that I'm reading on IGN, right, it says Namco has announced that it is developing a Gundam metaverse that will take place across a wide variety of formats, including video games, anime, and even those incredibly intricate model Gundam kits that they sell, and people build them shits, and they like little miniature Gundams or whatever, very, very detailed. It's gonna be dope. So basically they just expanding the Gundam brand across, you know, all kind of mediums and platforms to enjoy, but like in a very synchronized way. So all of them will kind of tie into one another and like cross promote each other, right? So we talking like they'll probably drop an anime, and then that anime soundtrack will be available for, you know, streaming or purchasing via like iTunes and Spotify and shit like that. And then these like buildable models and stuff will, you know, be inspired by the anime. Like you could probably build the main Gundams from whatever anime they do, and then the anime and the music will all roll into one and form some kind of video game playable, maybe on mobile, or they might just release console games and shit. Like it's gonna be a big synchronized metaverse that have different facets to it for Gundam fans to be fully immersed within the experience across multiple platforms. Video games, they've already been pretty much doing that. We have a new Gundam video game coming out. I talked about that in the last game chat for the last PlayStation State of Play, or I might have just did a special Sony State of Play blerdcast. Either way, scroll back within the catalog of the Talk and Play blerdcast and find that episode where I discuss the Sony State of Play, because that episode contains some information about the new Gundam game coming out that everybody say kind of look like Overwatch, and I agree, but I'm still excited for it because Gundams. So the games have been fine. The Maxi Boost or whatever the last Gundam game that came out, that shit is doing well. People still fuck with that. And then new anime. I don't think Gundam has released like a new anime in some time. Maybe seasons are still happening for some of the ones that have come out, you know, within like the last 3 to 5 years or whatever. But based on this new anime even coming, they talked about even doing music in this shit. Like it says categories will include anime, music, video games, plastic model kits, and more. They just building out their fucking brand. The Gundam brand is about to be a synonymous thing, so everything will relate to one another. The stories will all flow cohesively throughout the different sections of entertainment that Gundam expands into. That's dope. Interesting to see how that plays out. Not so much with the toy models and, you know, the music and stuff. Well, I am actually interested in hearing what the music will sound like, but I don't do the toy model things or whatever. Like I said, the video games have been flourishing or whatever. I'm interested to see how they go as far as visual media. Like, what are these animes gonna be about? Are they gonna be Netflix, or are they gonna go straight to Crunchyroll and Funimation? Like, what is the anime it's gonna give? It's gonna be movies involved with that. Like, I like Gundam the most from a visual aspect of being able to see the content and digest it. Playing the video games is cool. I enjoy that. I think the music will be interesting just because Gundam soundtrack, it's hit or miss, but more times than not they've had music on it. I'm like, oh, this shit kind of slide. So we'll see what's happening with that. I just thought it was dope to mention because I like when popular brands like this spread themselves out in like a Marvel MCU or, you know, Hogwarts, Harry Potter, Wizarding World kind of way. Like, I like when properties like this really invest in what they are and just spread themselves completely across different avenues of digesting this media and this content, and give us some dope shit to fuck with. So that's that. Also in the headlines, about to wrap this, Kingdom Hearts 4, my nigga. I'm excited as fuck for this. So they released a I guess Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary like announcement. I'm assuming that because this information of E3 being canceled this year dropped like literally a couple of days before they decide to release this announcement trailer or whatever. Or maybe they always had the announcement trailer planned. Either way, this kind of news, Kingdom Hearts 4 coming, this is usually like an E3 announcement. So I'm assuming that E3 being canceled had some kind of effect on them deciding to just release it as a regular trailer on YouTube. But it's dope nonetheless. If you want to check out my reaction to it with my boy Webster Style, you can head over to Nerds Rule the World on YouTube. We did a whole reaction video to it. There's some light conversation about it. It's dope. But what I'm excited about is the fact that it's fucking happening. This particular saga will be titled The Lost Master Arc, which anytime somebody put arc in their situation, it's lead me to believe that we're going to get multiple titles up out of this. So I'm expecting Kingdom Hearts to 5 and 6 as well, at the very least. They also, in this same announcement trailer, announced that there's going to be a new mobile game coming to Kingdom Hearts. It kind of got, Pokemon Go vibes, like a little bit, just in the way that it's like structured and how it plays or whatever. It looks like Niantic had something to do with it, but I could be completely wrong. They didn't really show like all of the details and stuff for the game. They just kind of show like a battle or two within the game. They didn't really give us anything past that, so I don't know exactly how this shit is gonna work out, but it looks dope. It's definitely gonna have some kind of tie into Kingdom Hearts 4. They touting it around as a brand new story in the Kingdom Hearts franchise or whatever. So with this being announced in the exact same trailer that the Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced, I'm assuming, and I feel like my assumption is correct, that this particular story will tie into Kingdom Hearts 4 in some way, which means that until Kingdom Hearts 4 is actually released, I need to be playing this game so I can get a little taste of the story. And if they have some kind of tie-in to where, you could transfer some, I don't know. They give you kind of special shit whenever these games link up like this. So I'm going to play this mobile game when it drops, especially since Kingdom Hearts 4 does not have a release date at all. It don't even say coming 2022. All they said was currently in development. And I'm okay with that, because at least they showed me what the fuck they was developing, and it looks good. We see Sora in like some Tokyo cityscape-esque type of environment that has a name that I cannot remember right now at the moment, but it's not Tokyo. And he fights this giant ass Heartless. The Keyblade is there. He doing all his Keyblade tricks. You can see other Keyblade masters in their black hoods watching Sora from a distance. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know they watching him, or maybe he does. Maybe he can sense them and their Keyblades in the area. Who knows? They ain't really go into all of that, but from the trailer, the gameplay look like it's gonna be what we know and love from Kingdom Hearts, but even more lit. So I'm excited. Like I said, gonna play the mobile game. Open beta for that is scheduled for sometime in 2022. They did say the open beta for this mobile game, which is entitled Hearts Missing Link, is going to be, happening this year. So when Hearts Missing Link finally comes out, I am going to be downloading that on my iPhone and playing it until I get fucking tired, which I love Kingdom Hearts. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. So probably going to be on that bitch quite frequently. Just like the games in the rotation. So let's move out of the headlines and jump into what's going on in the rotation. Rotation is where I pretty much take some moments out of this game chat's blerdcast to update y'all on my current progress on games that I typically play all the time. Starting with Overwatch. The new comp season started since the last time I spoke with you all in the game chat. I ended season 32 as a gold tank, a bronze damage, because the wait times on damage be so fucking long. I have not been interested in waiting so that I could climb, but I also ended in support as gold. Currently, season 33, I'm a silver tank, bronze damage, and a silver support. I'm really close to being gold support, so I'm gonna keep grinding that out. Tank, I got a little bit of ways, and as far as damage is concerned, I'm like low bronze, so we'll see if I actually try. But if the wait times are not super long for the priority passes, then I'll go ahead and jump in. It's just, god damn, I don't know why the fuck all these fucking tryhards want to play damage characters all the time. It's like, damn, bruh. Maybe you would enjoy the game more if you saw what life is like over here on the support side, or go over to the tank and see what tank life is like. But, you know, Overwatch community is full of toxic brats that just want shit their way. That's where I'm at though with Overwatch, my progression with that. Currently there is this remix event going on. I think the archive event would normally be happening around this time, but given the Overwatch 2 beta, which we talked about in the headlines, getting ready to go live, they doing this remix challenge where they giving you an opportunity to win some skins that are normally locked and only available during the archive time. So I think week 1 was Diva, and I didn't have that skin, that legendary skin for her, so I did unlock it. Or was it Epic? Either way, it was a skin there. I got that. I think I might have the skin for Anna, but I might not. We don't know, because I don't play Anna. She's useless to me at this point, especially on console. But yeah, so her skin is available this week for unlocking. I can't remember who's going to be next week, but then they have a host of other skins that you could spend your credits to open, which they basically just took some of the more popular characters and took the favorite skins from those characters and gave them like a white colorway. So that's kind of dope. Unlike some of the skins that they decided to give a white version to. So I'm going to try to spend the credits to unlock some of those. But that's what's currently going on in Overwatch. Moving over to Apex. We're on season 12. The halfway mark has just been passed for season 12. They reset the motherfucking ranked. I think I got all the way up to silver 2, which is not bad for me because I normally don't grind out ranked. I normally just try to focus on the battle pass and say fuck rank, because there's really nothing you get for ranked other than, you know, the fucking badges and shit that just tells people, hey, this person made it to diamond or predator or whatever the fuck. I really don't care about that as long as I can enjoy the game. But I said to myself, you know what? Just like in Overwatch, I had to start playing the competitive mode with people who actually know how to play the game and want to win in order to get better. And I ended up getting better in Overwatch. So I said, I'm going to go ranked Overwatch, try to grind that shit out, get as high as I can get, and hopefully get better. So when I'm playing Apex with my friends, I'm not fucking us up and causing us to lose. So that's where I'm at with that. I can't remember why I ended. I think I might have been silver 2 as well as far as arenas is concerned, but I started that late. Like the ranked season 4 arena was like halfway over, and I realized, oh, you know what? I haven't done any placements. Let me try to do those and see where I rank and try to climb, or whatever the case might be. Because I actually like ranked. I actually like ranked more than Battle Royale, but it is what it is. Apex is still a lit game. I forgot what Battle Pass is going on right now. I'm about to play it once I finish recording. I'm not going to get back on here and tell y'all what it is. Most of y'all play Apex. Y'all should fucking know. But that's where I'm at with my progress in Apex. And then we can scroll over to motherfucking Marvel Strike Force, the single mobile game that I play. Period. Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen arc has begun. they have put the first of the 4 horsemen in the game. Morgan Le Fay is her name. Her event actually just started today. I already put a little bit of time into it, trying to unlock her. It only take 100 shards to get her unlocked. And I believe climbing in this event shouldn't be like super hard. I got some pretty strong characters in my roster that should get me enough points to at least unlock this motherfucker before the event is over within the next 12 to 16 days. I think the timer said 12 days, but we'll see. So Morgan Le Fay is in the game. I'm trying to get her. Also added since our last game chat, in preparation for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, they've added Agatha Harkness, who you may remember as the villain, Agatha all along. It was Agatha all along from motherfucking WandaVision. She's been added to the game, as well as Heartless Doctor Strange, which is the Doctor Strange from the What If series. That's where we got introduced to him. He was, traveling the multiverse, absorbing the most powerful creatures and mystic forces in the multiverse to undo what the fuck happened to the love of his life, or whatever the case might be. Went down some dark paths. Now he just fused with all of these monsters trying to escape his body, or whatever the case might be. He's gonna be in the Multiverse of Madness movie as well, so they put him in the game. And I've already unlocked him. He lit as fuck. Is way stronger, in my opinion, than the regular Doctor Strange that is also in the game. But it is what it is. Wong has also been added to the game. If you remember Wong, he is one of the sorcerers that you see Doctor Strange hanging with all the time. He next up on the list of Sorcerer Supremes. He's like Doctor Strange's understudy or master at one point. I don't really know Wong and Doctor Strange's full relationship, but I know they tend to go hand in hand. He's been in every Doctor Strange movie, and he was in No Way Home, so Dr. Wong, or not Dr. Wong, Wong is also in the game, as well as Dr. Voodoo, who has ties to all of these characters as well. He's like Doctor Strange, but the Haitian version, I believe. I believe he's from Haiti. He's either from Haiti or New Orleans. Matter of fact, let me check. There we go. Google got me right. Dr. Voodoo is from Haiti, and he's another character, a part of the Doctor Strange universe, or whatever the case might be. He's dope though, especially in the game. I like his whole kit. Definitely somebody that I try to keep on my team with all my other, mystics and spellcasters and all the other bullshit. So that is a Marvel Strike Force update as far as my progress is concerned. I'm waiting for them to at least give us some kind of hint on who the next Horseman will be. Looking forward to seeing that, because Morgan Le Fay, I was not expecting her at all. And the Horseman, if you know anything about Marvel lore, X-Men lore, or whatever, the Horsemen have been a multitude of different mutants or whatever over the history, and the always changing and retelling of the motherfucking Apocalypse storyline in the X-Men universe. So I'm interested to see who they add in next. But that is it for In Rotation. Those are the 3 games that I'm always on and striving and grinding to be better at in whatever way those games see fit. Last segment before we go ahead and close out this particular blerdcast, RPG and chill. I told you I was going to tell you about that in the title. So basically, I'm a huge fan of RPGs. A lot of the times, though, these multiplayer games, especially Overwatch and Apex, they take up a lot of my free time as far as gaming is concerned, because I play with my other gaming friends. We get on, PlayStation or whatever the case might be, jump in the party chat, jump in the game chat, and we on this shit gaming. So what I said was, since there are so many great RPGs that have been coming out lately, I'm like, you know what? let me just dedicate some time specifically to RPGs. I think the last game chat I told y'all I had Horizon Zero Dawn in my shopping cart. I was not lying to y'all. I bought the fucking game and I've been playing it. It's pretty dope. I'm still very early in the story. I think I've completed like the first like 5 or 6 missions or whatever. I'm currently on my way back to the main city so I could take that test or whatever that's supposed to get the main character out of being banished from the actual community or whatever the case might be. I'm new to the game. I haven't quite remember all of the characters' names, but I do remember last time I played the game, that is where I ended up leaving off. I'm supposed to get Aloe, that's her name, supposed to get Aloe back to the city or whatever so she could take that test or whatever that's supposed to unbanish her and be accepted into the community or whatever, which she don't necessarily give a fuck about, because then that means she will lose the privileges of being able to talk to and interact with her not father, but the person that raised her, because Aloe is like orphan. Either way, I'm enjoying the game. I like the hunting aspect to it. It's lit. I think I'm gonna finish this game out. I initially bought it because I wanted to play the sequel, Forbidden West. So once I finish Zero Dawn, I'm gonna be on to that. But that is the RPG that I'm gonna be focusing on. That's the RPG I'm gonna be chilling to and giving my time when I'm not, shooting people on Overwatch and Apex or trying to collect another Marvel character on Strike Force. But that is it for this particular episode of the Talk and Play blerdcast. Thank you all for jumping in game chat with me. Any questions or you just want to talk to a nigga or whatever, I am at Brian Saff on Instagram and Twitter. That is BRIANSAPPH, Brian Saff. Hit me up. Also, make sure for all you gamers out there, make sure you're following Nerds Rule the World on Twitter. New release Wednesday on Instagram. And make sure you are subscribed to Nerds Rule the World on YouTube so that you can watch me and Webster Style for our NRW Checkpoint show, where we talk to you about all the games coming out every week and, any breaking news within the gaming culture. Thanks again for tuning in to me, though, here on the Talk and Play blerdcast. I will catch y'all on the next one.